How's it going, everyone? So I just arrived at the Tongue Mountain Range parking lot. That's I'm hiking today. If you're not familiar, it's just north of Bolton Landing on the Lake George. So it's like an actual peninsula that sticks out between the Northwest Bay and the main section of the lake by the Narrows. It's kind of rainy right now, but it's supposed to subside. And there's two other people in the parking lot with me. And one thing to note is the parking lot's slightly north of the trailhead on the road, maybe like 100 feet or so. Because I looked at the trailhead and I was like, you can't really get a car in there, so you have to go a little bit north, and then there's a parking lot, and there's a couple cars here. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be hiking. Hopefully the rain stops, and I'm gonna be taking you guys along for the journey, so I hope you all enjoy. Just hit the trail turn off between Clay Meadows and Fifth Peak right here. That's the trail. So I'm gonna be going up to Fifth Peak and then I'm gonna wrap back around, come back. So I'm gonna go up this trail here, then I'm gonna come out over on this trail because it's a big loop. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's 2.6 miles and 1,400 feet of elevation gain. So that's a decent amount. So I'll probably just be hiking that. I'll try to show you guys as much as I can, but I want to get through this. It's like 12.5 miles, so I don't want to be here forever either. So I've gone about a mile so far, maybe, not even probably. This trail is no joke. It's not like tough terrain, but it is steep. I mean, 1,400 feet and 2.4 miles is like, that's a decent amount of elevation gain. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. I'll show you if I hold the camera completely level. That's the camera completely level. It looks not that bad, but it's going up and up. And this isn't that bad of a section. Like this is back there. And the camera is level right now. So I mean, it's definitely going up. About 1.5 miles away up. Now this trail's really not too bad as far as terrain wise goes. Like I said, it's just kind of steep. I've been stopping quite a bit too because I want to film. I leave my camera in my bag so I don't want to fall and break it or something. So I just came to this waterfall over here and I'm gonna take some long exposure photos and then I gotta continue up this trail here. That's just kind of what it looks like. You can see like even though it rained all last night, it's really not too muddy or anything. Like that kind of just shows you like what we're coming up here. So far the trail is doing really good. It's actually incredible. There's like a nice fog in the woods, and the woods are really spread out, so it's very, very cool. And there's no one on the trail. I hiked Cascade and Porter on Saturday, but I was trying to make a video. There's so many people and you have to keep like moving around them, so I just didn't really want to film because it would have been too difficult, so I just hiked that for fun. But this one, there's no one here, so I'm filming, taking my time and enjoying the day. Okay, so we've gone about 2 miles or so. You can see there's the sign to get to Fifth Peak. This whole trail's gonna take me down to Montcalm Point, and then that's 6.2 miles from here. So that's the entire ridge, and then after that it'll be flat. I've already gone up about 1,000 feet of the 3,000 feet total. I'm really not doing too bad. The worst part of this is the mosquitoes, to be honest. There's definitely a lot of mosquitoes. The terrain is not bad at all. So we have 0.7 miles until we go to Fifth Peak. And so far, it's been fantastic. Another thing to note on this trail is there are rattlesnakes, so you want to watch out. Like every time I step over a log or something, I've kind of just been making sure that I don't, like there's nothing beyond it. And I've been looking out for any sort of other wild animals too. I'm not too concerned about it. They said it's pretty rare, but it's just something to know when you're on the trail, so keep that in mind. But so far, excellent trail, super well marked. Okay, so I just made it to Fifth Peak, dropped my pack. Here's the lean-to right here. So I'm just kind of walking down this little trail, and this will take me out to the view. There's a little turn off to continue down like the main ridge trail, or to go to Fifth Peak, so I obviously opted to go to Fifth Peak. So this is Fifth Peak. Look how absolutely beautiful that is. This is actually incredible. I didn't expect it to be this good. This is insane. I mean, right here is the range, Tongue Mountain Range. We're gonna continue down that way. And then over this way behind me, behind these bushes down, that's where Lake George is, the main narrow section. I saw East and West Dollar Island. So yeah, this is incredible. Okay, so I'm at the lookout here. This is like just east of the lean-to. It's like you can see the lean-to from here. But if you look behind me, right there, those two little islands, that is East and West Dollar Island. If you can, I'll try to turn the camera around so you can see better, but those two little islands down there, that's East and West Dollar. Right there, those two. But now all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hang out here for a few minutes, maybe grab something to eat. And then I'm gonna continue down, go back to the trail hub and go to Montcalm Point. There's a couple more peaks I'm gonna hit on this, but so far, super impressed with this. If you can see too, through the trees here, that peak, if you look through the trees, the peak right over here out in the middle there, that's where I'm gonna be going next. That's the next peak. Gone about another mile or so. You can see Lake George is behind me there, and if you look right over there, that's Black Mountain. Actually, I can see the fire tower on top of it. This is just kind of a little look off. I don't think it's a peak or anything, but I'm just gonna continue down the trail. There's definitely a lot of look offs, but the DEC sign says to not go off the trail. And honestly, I don't know if there's snakes in any of this grass. Like, I don't want to go off the trail, so this is just kind of like on the trail, a little bit of a look off. I definitely seem to be at some other sort of summit or another lookout here. You can see back here, that's the Northwest Bay going up. So I'm definitely moving down the Tongue Mountain Range because I had to come in. I came in somewhere down over here. You can see that's the end of the Northwest Bay. So I still have a couple miles to go to get to the Montcalm Point. So I have to go back here now to this point here, and it looks like it goes down quite a bit. So, and I gotta kind of pick up the pace, so I'm not going too fast. I'm filming quite a bit and taking photos. So next time you see me, I'll be on top of that mountain, hopefully. All right, I just went over that peak I showed you guys. It took me about 15 minutes or so, and now I'm on the next one, and you can see Black Mountains up there again. You can just kind of see Lake George down here. This is the section that's in between the East and West Dollar and the start of the Narrows. So like Paradise Bay is out there somewhere, like towards the end. And yeah, so far so good. The trail's a little bit steep at some points. Like, that was much steeper than I expected it to be. It's kind of just like controlled fall at some points, but we made it, and I'm gonna continue on because I want to keep going, and it's super buggy here, so I got to keep going. So I think we just hit the best part of the entire trip right here. Look at this view. It's like a 180-degree view of Lake George. So this is south. Those are the islands right there. And then up here's the Mother Bunch. Once again, you got Black Mountain. It continues on up there. This is absolutely incredible. I did not think it was gonna be this good of a view. I'm finally at first peak. So this is the last one in the journey because I started from 5th, went down 4, 3, 2, 1. So these are again just like the narrows here, and you can see right down there in the middle, like right over there, that's where the ranger station is. You can kind of see the docks from here. And then I'll point out a couple more islands. Again, you got Dome up there. That's Mohican Island, and Turtle Island's back over here. The ranger station's right over here. And then Little Harbor Forked, Black Mountain, more the Mother Bunch. I just came from back there, which doesn't look that far, but this is pretty dang far to travel. This hike's been a lot longer than I thought it was. And Lake George looks so beautiful right now. I wish I was swimming in a lake, not up here, to be honest with you. I made it down the Tongue Range, so I just have to go back now, but you can see this is right by the Northwest Bay, and it's super windy. Hopefully the dead cat on my mic's doing a good job of blocking the wind, but it says I went 8 miles, but to be honest with you, I think it's longer than that. So if you're doing this hike, just be prepared. It's not a short hike at all. Like, I mean, it's to this point now, it's been about 5 hours or so for me to do that and get to the point of the Tongue Mountain Range. So and I was moving pretty quick. That's why you didn't see a lot of filming between first peak and here. There's a couple miles and I was just hauling as quick as I could. Also pretty steep. I would say the terrain is about as steep as some of the high peaks I've done, or steeper in certain points. So treat this almost like if you're gonna do a high peak. I'd say it's about the same difficulty in most areas. It's definitely not for beginner hikers at all. But with that being said, looking forward to getting back. I'm pretty hungry, so I have plenty of water. I've drank about almost 3 liters at this point. My phone says I've gone like 10 miles, so we'll see at the end of the hike how long I think it was. But here's a quick view of what we're talking about here. That's what the water looks like. And then there's my pack, and the trail's up over there. So you remember before how I mentioned that there could be rattlesnakes on this trail? I thought it would be mostly up on the rocks up there, but if you look right here, try to zoom. I have a prime lens on, so I can't zoom in. Right in the middle of my frame there, that is a rattlesnake, a timber rattlesnake. I just heard him rattle, and he is right in the middle of the trail. So I'm gonna stay as far as possible away from him. Right now I'm about 15 to 20 feet away, and that's as close as I'm getting. I do not want to get bit by him, so let him be. Well, I made it back to the parking lot, thankfully. I didn't really film anything after the rattlesnake because there just wasn't much to film. It was kind of boring. I just didn't want to take off my pack until I got back to my car. But this hike, pretty dang hard, so I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. But if you like hiking, it's definitely more of a hard trail compared to a high peak or something, I would say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see another one, check out my Indian Head video. I'll have a little link up in the top corner there. And if you did like it, just please give it a thumbs up because it means a lot to me. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try to do more hiking. This one was pretty tough, but I might have something coming up for you guys for hiking related that's me in a different state. So stay tuned for that. And I have a couple more how-to videos coming out. I appreciate the support as always, and take care and have a great day.